Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. This is our Simple Abundance year with Sarah Von Bronick's book, Simple Abundance. We're following along predominantly in her 2019 revised edition. And sometimes, you know, I do pull from her old book, Simple Abundance, A Day Book of Comfort and Joy. And today's entry is kind of a combination of the two, and wanted to give a nod to Mother's Day and the things that she's encouraged us to do between the two books. If you tuned into my May Joyful Simplicities video, when I went through, like at the end of each month, Sarah has a listing of all of the joyful simplicities, she calls them, of each month. You will recall that I read the one about Mother's Day, and what she encourages us to do is, first of all, give yourself a little token of esteem, whether you are a mother of children or a mother of a furry creature, perhaps. You're still a mother, she said. And in fact, little shout out to my friend who's probably watching. My friend Laura sent me the sweetest card from Annabelle this week for Mother's Day, which was really touching. So remember that you may be a mother in another way if you're not a mother of children per se. So a little token of esteem for you as a woman and a mother. And then secondly, she encourages us to write a long letter to our mothers, whether alive or passed on, about all the things that you may have always wanted to say. Now, this can be an interesting undertaking. And I was having another discussion with someone recently too about this sort of weird thought in my mind of my own mother too. I've shared with you guys that she did pass away when I was only 10. So I have sort of mixed feelings about her because she was very authoritative, and I didn't know her later in my life when I've become a woman, and so I have mixed feelings about it, but I do see the value of connecting with her on a soul level and really thanking her for things. And I've actually never sat down and written a letter like this, like Sarah suggests. So I will be doing that today as a part of Mother's Day. And if your mother is still alive, then perhaps you can give that to her in letter form or in a card or maybe a video message. I'm sure that would mean a lot if you went on to say how grateful you are and what an impact she's had on your life. But I do want to say, I understand if that relationship is different than what the Hallmark version of it might be. So be gentle with yourself. Maybe that's a letter that you don't share with her if you have things that you need to say. Remember, I have told you I have to express. So perhaps that could be a cathartic experience to sit down and just, I don't mean like, like all the horrible things, but maybe it's a matter of just expressing those things out on paper, and then maybe you do something like burn it or bury it in the ground or something like that, and just try to make peace with it. So I totally get it. I know that every family has its issues, and mine is certainly not without issues. But I will be today doing that thing that Sarah recommends, writing a letter to my mother who's passed on. And then in the older book, this is her Day Book of Comfort and Joy that was written way back in the 90s, and it's a book that I've gone through multiple times, but the new book, the 2019 edition, it's my first time through. She doesn't give a nod to Mother's Day outside of that joyful simplicity in the new book, but in the old book for May 13th, she has an entry called Honoring the Great Mother. So that can mean a lot of different things, right? Like even Mother Earth too. So you could definitely think of today from a lot of different perspectives. And I like what she has us think about too, because remember in the last video I shared with you that I've been thinking about lots of things about what it feels like to be home and what my memories are growing up and what that home feeling feels like. And you know what I was thinking since that last video is that sometimes people can be like when you're with a person that can give you that sense of home too. Have you guys ever experienced that? I know for sure I have. Like if it's just that feeling, then I've experienced that with people for sure. So I won't read a ton from this entry because she's sharing some experiences of her as a mother with a young daughter. But what I will say is that when you think about some of those things from the past, you might be really thinking about your mother, and because she could have potentially been a real large part of why you felt like you had that at-home feeling, right? Maybe it was like if you fell, she was there to hug you and give you the Band-Aid, or she knew what your favorite foods were, or she was helping you with your homework, or whatever it was that you felt like really helped you feel loved and like a sense of belonging and comfort. So this is one thing that she's saying in relation to the talk that we've been having about all these entries related to the house. Today, as you walk through your own home, think about ways that you can start to mother yourself. See? Every day and not just once a year. In small but tangible ways. There should be comfortable places from the living room and the bedroom that invite you to sit, sleep, relax, and reflect. There should be small indulgences from the kitchen to the bathroom that pamper and please. There should be sources of beauty throughout that inspire and restore. That quiet grace of simplicity that soothes. There are beautiful ways of honoring the love of the feminine divinity waiting to mother us by celebrating the temple where her spirit dwells on earth. Oh, sometimes these things are so profound. I would need to reread that and think of that one over and over again. Celebrating the temple where her spirit dwells on earth. So what do you think about the mothering qualities of things? Can you think of some ways that your home could have that mothering sort of feeling for you personally? I like that thought. I'm going to give that some thought today. Hope you're enjoying these entries on the home, and I hope that you are able to celebrate Mother's Day in some way, no matter what your situation is. Hope you're all staying safe. I hope your moms are well if they are still living. And if they are on the other side, I hope that you can somehow connect with them in some way, even if it's just in your heart today. Thank you so much for watching. There'll be much more on our journey of simple abundance this year. We are marking all of Sarah's, couldn't think of the word, principles. That's all over my every video thumbnail. Joy, harmony, beauty, order, simplicity, and gratitude. And hopefully, no matter what your situation is, you do have some gratitude today for the great mother and your own mother, Mother Earth, all the mothers. Okay, lots of love to you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.